Ever felt like this? Tried these on 1,000 times? Or had this happen every morning? I bet you do because I did too. And a lot of us are wasting our time, our money, and our very precious energy on these 7 minimalist wardrobe fails over and over again. 40 feels like just around the corner for me, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to step off that clothing cycle that I was on that led me for hours every week looking in my closet for that perfect outfit and then feeling like if maybe I just had one more thing in my closet, everything else would fall into place and my wardrobe would finally feel complete. When my minimalist journey started about 6 years ago, decluttering my clothes became my passion project. I was spending a ton of time trying to find the right outfits, but when I would walk out of the closet, I would be sad, overwhelmed, and often had decision fatigue. So it felt like I was walking into my day already feeling 10 steps behind. Let's all try this first one with me. Do they fit? Try on those jeans that you've kept for 5, 10, 15 years now and see if you can button them up and then touch the ground without worrying that you might show it all to your neighbors next door when you're trying to get back up. If any or all of those things aren't working for you, I want you to remember that the first thing that we're going to be cluttering in our closet are those things that obviously do not fit. The collar on the sweater that feels like it's about to strangle you and take you out, or the shirt that literally you can't tuck it into your pants because it just keeps rolling back up. Those are the first pieces of clothing that we need to declutter. Recently, I decluttered several pairs of shorts because they were just too tight going into this new spring and summer. And what I could have done is sat and cried and kept them and just moaned and groaned all summer trying to get back into them. But I have realized over my years of decluttering that that is just not going to actually bring me the happiness and joy in my closet that I know that I want. So instead of wallowing in self-pity, what I decided to do was just live in the present right now. That's my new mantra for this year, is living in my present, being the happiest, the best that I can be right now in this beautiful working body that I am in. And so while letting those clothing pieces go that are too small for us or just aren't fitting right is painful, it's also an acknowledgement that we can appreciate where we were at the time when they were working and appreciate that these things at one point in our life kept us clothed, kept us warm. But it doesn't mean that they're going to make us our best selves in the future. If these items that are too small for us are not making us feel good about ourselves, then life, girl, is too short and we are going to go ahead and let those things go, let somebody else really appreciate, enjoy them on their journey. But those things are not going to hold us back this year from being happy with exactly where we are. Let's talk about guilt clutter. Have you ever gotten something from a friend or a family member and it came to us with love, that this person thought about us, that maybe they reached in their wardrobe and found something that they thought would look better on us than on them, and so we get handed it and we have several decisions to make. Do we take it and just say, thank you very much, or do we explain to them why we can't keep it? And then if we do end up taking it in, we have to think to ourselves, is this something that I really want to take into my future? Is this something I really enjoy and like, or are we keeping it because we feel bad that somebody gave it to us and we really can't use it? Literally this weekend, my grandma and mom came over and my grandma had bought a few items that I got to look through, and she asked me if I wanted any of them. It was a skirt and 2 shirts, and honestly, looking through them, I had to go through that whole debacle, right? Do I really want this item in my future? I know it's coming from a place of love, but are they who I am right now? Are they something that I'm going to really enjoy? If I do take them, what am I going to do next? And as I was thinking through this process, which doesn't take as long as you think, I came up with the idea that no, these were not items that were going to fit me correctly. They weren't my style. They weren't what I really enjoyed wearing. And so that's when you kind of reach that crossroads. What do I say? So for my grandma, I know she doesn't care whether I take things or not. She brings them over because she loves me, but not out of any sort of guilt. And so I just said, you know what? I bet my cousins would really love this. Why don't you go ask them? I bet they could really appreciate it. That was it. That was the entire conversation. But the point is that my old self would have just taken them and then kept them forever. But going into this next year, I want you to think about that guilt clutter you might still be hanging on to. Pieces of jewelry people have given you, shoes people have given you. Are you really enjoying them, or are you only keeping them because maybe somebody's gonna ask you if you wore them or you enjoyed them and you're gonna feel awkward about it? If your experience is anything like mine, yes, sometimes it is semi-awkward conversation, but it's a great conversation to have. Hey, I'm changing up in this way. This is how I really want my new life or my new wardrobe to look like. And here's XYZ why I can't take it, or I think this other person might really like it. Easy peasy. 9 times out of 10, I guarantee you that honesty is the best policy. Let's take a little sneak peek into some of the ridiculous things that I have thought and done over the years that I've been an adult. And one of them was my obsession with blazers. So we're going to call that my fantasy self. I thought that grown-ups wore blazers. And so I had them in all different colors, I had them in all different textures, and I thought that if I put this blazer on, people are going to take me seriously. People are going to think that I'm a real adult and I'm going to get the jobs I want, I'm going to get spoken to the way I want, and I was so awkward in them and I hated wearing blazers and I felt really inauthentic. I was not myself, right? And yet I thought that's what I had to do in order to XYZ. And honestly, what I realized is when I am in clothing that I'm comfortable in, I am my best self. I put my best foot forward and people take me seriously because I'm so happy with myself. So the fantasy self that so many of us are living in, that we have to have the right clothing labels, that we have to wear the right patterns on our clothes, that we have to have the right purse, the right sunglasses. All of these ideas that our society is putting pressures on us that we need to be this person in order to reach this goal or this idea of who we should be. And yet, if you're like me and you're living in your blazer nightmare, you're not your happy self. You're not feeling confident because it isn't who you really are deep down inside. It is really amazing that wearing clothes that you feel good in makes you shine. And if you are trying to be a different person than you really are, believe me, you're gonna never feel right. You're not gonna like your clothing. You're not gonna like your wardrobe. You're always gonna be searching for that one more piece in your wardrobe because you're not listening to how you feel in your clothes. You're not listening to yourself. So whatever capsule wardrobe you end up wanting to have and the pieces you wanted to have in them, if you are just scrolling on Pinterest and looking at what you should have, those pieces you should have in your wardrobe, most likely you're gonna end up with a kerfuffle. I think that's a word. Kerfuffle? A combination of clothing that doesn't work for you because it was picked out by somebody else. Not bad ideas, but just not perfect for you. Take some of those ideas that you see in your wardrobe are already working and then funnel out all that stuff that you've hung on to because you thought you needed it in order to fit the picture of the person you wanted to be. So I know we'd all love to hear what tripped you up making your capsule wardrobe. Please let us know what your blazer item was. And on that note, if you are enjoying learning about minimalism, then please join us here on Minimalist by subscribing. And of course, if you're already decluttering here with us, then throw a heart emoji down below because it just brings me so much joy to know that I am not alone. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. This philosophy has helped me a lot when it comes to the next clothing items to declutter, and that is our what if piles. Our what if piles are probably the hardest things in our closet to get rid of because we're constantly standing there, right, and wondering, am I making the right choice in getting rid of this? In getting rid of this, am I going to be able to have the wardrobe that I've really been striving for? And when we're holding up these items, often in our head, we're asking all of these really good questions about what we should do with this item and why we should hang on to this item because ... This is a great raincoat, doesn't work great in the rain, but maybe if it was just a windy day, this raincoat would work. When you start to declutter more and more, you will hear yourself making more excuses on why we're keeping items that are really not going to work for us. But if you're like me, we're really good at making excuses for why we should keep these items in our future, because what if something happens that I can't foresee right now and I am not ready for it? But this Chinese philosophy has really helped me in thinking about, if I hang on to all of these items that really are not fitting their needs, are not exactly what I wanted when I brought this item in, I'm holding myself back from a potential that I could have in the future. And through this past 6 years of decluttering clothes, and as I said, making it a passion project for myself, I realized that this was one of my biggest downfalls and why I still had so many clothes that I wasn't using. And so in that whole process of decluttering, I realized that I was not good at making really hard decisions in the moment. If you don't know, I do have ADHD. And so remembering the last time I used something or thinking about logical ways I could use this in the future is not a strong suit of mine. And so that held me back for a long time. It wasn't until I just started making huge piles of maybe clothes and putting them in a closet next door and setting a time when I was going to declutter them on my calendar that I got rid of hordes of clothes, huge amounts of clothes. And also, side note, those what if items that we end up thinking about decluttering can often be the items that we get stuck on for so long because we try to sell every single one of them, right? We see the value in these items, that's why we have them. We remember maybe how much they cost, or we think about the brand and how expensive that is. So we think we have to sell every single what if item. Maybe just me, but that's how I thought. So if you're getting stuck on trying to list everything on Facebook Marketplace, meeting up with people, taking pictures, and you're exhausted, then please just scale it back. I've realized that clothing wise, you 9 times out of 10 are not going to get the value that you really think you will. And for those very high market items that you may or may not have, do some research on eBay and online and see what people are really getting for these items. Is it worth it for you to have the photo shoot, to set up scheduled times, to talk to all these strangers and to meet up with them? Is it worth your time and energy to get $20 for a dress that you've had for several years? If it is, then great. If it's not, then use it as a learning experience. Why don't I enjoy this item anymore? Why didn't I wear it as often as I thought I would? And now going forward in my future, I'm not going to make that mistake. That always made me feel a lot better. Like I could at least acknowledge that this was learning, that I was better understanding myself for the future, and I wasn't going to make that mistake again. All right, let's talk about now that sweater. That sweater that we love, but it has the big hole in it. Or the jeans that are way too long and we need to hem them. All these items that we're keeping because either when we bought them, we had it in our best intentions that we were going to be able to fix this item to work for us, or we've had them for a long time, they've gotten those holes in them, but we just haven't had the time or energy to fix them. But it's gonna happen one day, right? We're gonna fix this item. If you're anything like me, friends, then we have something I like to call a threshold for the amount of projects that we can logistically do. And it's really hard to get over the fact that we just can't have this item because we do not have the time, energy, experience to do this idea of a project that we thought we could. I've realized a few things about myself over the past years, and that is I don't mind letting a hem out on a pair of jeans if they're a little bit too short, but I'm not going to sew the hem and make them shorter. So I don't buy any jeans that are longer than I need because I don't know how to sew them up properly. And I certainly am not going to take my time and energy to ship them out to get them sewn up and fixed. Those items always just became one thing that would become clothing decor in my closet. They were beautiful pieces, but I never was able to reach for them. So let's look through our closet realistically today. Let's touch and feel these items that we could probably call projects. They need a button sewn on. the hem is too long, the sleeves are too long, and we don't feel comfortable rolling them up, why are we still keeping these items? If you've had them for a while, why haven't you been able to do this project? Do you just have too many things going on in your life, like a lot of us, and you haven't found that moment to get these things done? These items that we promise ourselves we're gonna fix and mend are so hard to declutter because we have to acknowledge that we have a limit to the amount of things that we can do. We have a limit to our experiences. We have a limit to our energy. And wishful thinking has allowed us to think that we could do more than we really can. So Marie Kondo said it best: the space in which we live should be for the person we are becoming now, not for the person we were in the past. So if you're hanging on to a bunch of project clothes that are never going to happen, you can't put them down on your calendar, or you continually do, and then time passes you by and you don't get these things done, you're giving up your space to the past, to a person that you'd like to be, couldn't be, won't be, and you're giving up that time and energy and space that could be the person that you are in the future. I'm totally telling on myself for this one, so if you're with me, put a thumbs up so I don't feel like I'm alone on this. But have you ever walked into your closet and realized that you had 3 of the same shirts, or 5 white t-shirts that are basically the same thing, or 5 pairs of leggings and only wear one of them because the other ones feel weird? This is something that a lot of us can fall into, myself 100% included, and that is to buy duplicates. I am the kind of person, even today, I'm working on it, that will buy things in multiples because I like one of them. I'll buy the black tank top and then I'll buy the blue and the yellow and the purple because I'm thinking if I liked it in black, I'm gonna like it in everything. What I had to finally realize was that I liked it in black because I liked that color and I enjoyed the way it looked with my other clothes. I didn't like the blue or the yellow or the pink because it didn't go with everything else that I had, and I didn't like the color on me. But I bought it anyway because I had this idea of what it would be like if I had all of the colors, that I like one, so I should have all of them. Does that make sense? And so if you're also like me, then you'll realize that that favorite one that you have is continually being washed, continually being worn. And you'll start to notice that the other colors aren't. And that's where I want you to take a second today as you are decluttering your wardrobe and pay attention to that. Why are the other colors never coming out of the drawer and being washed? Is it because they don't fit your other clothes? Is it because they don't match anything that you have? Is it because you just bought every color thinking that if you like this one, you'd like all of them? And then you're realizing you don't. I've done this with many different things, including jeans. Even over this year, I realized that I found one pair of jeans that I really liked. And so you know what I did? I bought them in a couple of different colors, thinking that if I had them in every color, then I would always have the pair of jeans that I like and I'd have them for all different occasions. Not realizing that I had the first pair and I really liked them because I liked the color. I liked the way they felt. And the other pairs just weren't exactly the same. And so I didn't pull them out. This was a hard one for me to acknowledge and a hard one for me to get over, especially as a retired shopaholic that I love buying things. I love the dopamine hit of getting something that I really think I'm going to enjoy, and the cha-ching and the feeling of bringing it home. But I so often found myself having all of these excess items that kept their tags on that I never really enjoyed. And it wasn't until I realized that I was doing this, I was buying duplicates of items just because they were there and never really thinking about how I was going to wear and bring this item into my future. I hope that helps. So if you've enjoyed this video, then please watch the one right here. I guarantee you, you are gonna love and get some help from it. And I wish you guys all the very best.